I just wanted to run through setting these controllers. Now, I'm going to go through the clock and the initial time settings are actually quite easily done. You just scroll through and just set the times. They're very easy, so I'm going to leave them like that. Start time is where people can get a bit confused. So this is not referring to anything to do with the times that each of your stations come on. It's the times of your entire program. So what a lot of people get confused with here is that they think this means station 1 or station 2 or station 3. And they think they need to set the time that each station comes on. That's what needs to happen. You need to talk about what time the program comes on. Now there's a little confusing feature in here that confuses a lot of people. So here we've got program and here we've got start time. So I've got no times in the controller yet. So here I only want one start time for this particular controller. When you get more advanced, you can have a second one. What I will say is that some of the other manufacturers don't use numbers for their program, they use letters. So if you press program here, that would actually read program B. And program C, D, E. What's quite amazing, right, is that is actually more programs that most of the other manufacturers have in their standard base controllers. Most have got 3 or 4. All right, so 1. And then now we're referring to start time. So here, like I said, it reads program, here we've got start time 1. We can have multiple start times on program 1 or program A. Anyway, we're gonna leave this one at 6, and we're gonna make sure that all the other ones are off. So yeah. It's now we go through and set the days we want to water. This one, if we minus it out, they'll be removed. Here, this is where we've got station run times. Now this is where this controller can get a little bit confusing, because before this first number was the program number, and then for whatever reason it's flicked over and now it is the station number. We want to make sure that we're on program 1 or program A, because that's what we're operating in. So here, this is where we make sure we put our times in. So program 1 is for 10 minutes. Station 1 is on for 10 minutes. Now this is where we set station 2. Up it. And this is where we set station 3. Okay, so I've set them for 10 minutes each, right? So what that means, remember back when I set it for 6 a.m., station 1 will come on at 6 a.m. and then it will run for 10 minutes. And because it runs sequentially, station 2 now will automatically come on at 6:10 a.m. This is where a lot of the confusion lies. Get this right, your controller is now going to work properly. What I like to do now is I'll just generally flick it around to off, and then I'll bring it into order to make sure it lands. And now that will run and operate.